When you're building something, what I was building back then, what I'm building now is nothing. What you're building now, you were building prior when I was building in LA. What I'm building than what I was building. Start to compare what you're building now as insignificant versus what you were building prior as incredible. And let me tell you, it's the complete opposite when you're fully invested. Because I tell you what, my life looked a lot different when I was building in New York City and I was building in LA.
You look absolutely stunning. Are you adjusting my? Once that video dropped, the internet went wild. People weren't just curious anymore, they were digging deeper. They started tearing apart her whole building myself up story, questioning whether any of it was real or just a carefully constructed image designed to bury her past. That's when things got messy. It's not just that Erika draws a line between who she was and who she is now. What actually trips people up is how she frames that time like it was something she had to escape from at all costs. That chapter felt like a dark stretch, almost like something she needed to survive. It was tough, isolating, heavy on the shoulders. But here's the wild part, those exact same rough years, they're what handed her the biggest breaks of her entire life. Those connections and opportunities she's riding now still come from that exact period. It's the real contradiction nobody wants to talk about. Take her connection to Trump.
But what I will say is, when I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way.
She knew him back when she was Miss Arizona in the pageant world. She wasn't the conservative figure everyone knows today. She was grinding, making moves, networking behind the scenes, building connections that would become gold later on. Picture being thrown into a completely different world, where everything flips upside down. Fast forward now, and she's transformed into a close political ally with Trump. You can't just brush off that entire chapter because it clearly shaped everything that came after. But wait, there's more. During that same time, she jumped into real estate with the Corcoran Group. That wasn't just some job, it was access to serious power players, rubbing elbows with heavy hitters like Pamela Liebman. Those connections matter. They wove her into the fabric of real estate influence, setting up everything else that followed. These weren't random encounters or throwaway friendships. These were solid connections, the kind that take years to build. Doors that usually stay locked opened for her. Obviously, this created problems. If she was so lost, so scattered back then.
Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage? People want cleavage. Showcase it. That's me.
That's a good story.
How did she end up connecting with the exact same people and opportunities that built her current life? It's a contradiction that makes people uncomfortable and suspicious. That's exactly why this story keeps bothering so many people. It forces them to question their whole understanding. Here's what's real, nobody's saying people can't change. That happens all the time, and it's normal. People grow up, priorities shift, life moves on. Most people don't even have to explain it. But Erika's thing is different. When she talks about her past, it's not like she just moved forward. It sounds like she transcended it entirely, like she's on some higher level now. She speaks like she figured out the secret to life and everyone else is still struggling to catch up. It's rehearsed, confident, like she's perfected the whole transformation story. So the real question is, did she actually transform? Or is she just playing a character to keep her past buried? As you scroll through the comments, it's obvious Erika isn't getting much love right now. The reactions are intense and mostly harsh. One comment that keeps popping up says, "I just can't listen to her anymore." Even back then, she talked down to everyone. It's like she thinks she's better than anybody she meets. Her whole vibe feels preachy and condescending, like she's constantly judging people. And honestly, it makes me uncomfortable. But scattered in all that criticism, some people started defending her with different takes. Some comments went way further than just criticizing her personality. They started throwing out wild theories.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not true. Erika has been involved in pageants from the very beginning. Her mother is definitely the person who pushed that. I actually do believe that Erika loved basketball. There's no question she plays basketball. But this idea that she didn't want it is just not true. It's so objectively not true. Erika, without question, and anybody who's being objective and honest and looking at her history of the people that she dated and the people that she wanted to be in close proximity to, can guarantee to you that this girl wanted to be famous, like very badly wanted to be famous one way or the other.
One person wrote, "I think Erika had checked out of her relationship way before things fell apart." There's also been discussion about various people connected to different organizations, but the real question is what she knew and when she knew it. Could there have been others involved in these situations? The speculation kept building, leaving people wondering what was actually happening versus what was just gossip. It's becoming clear that people aren't just taking Erika at her word anymore. They're digging through old interviews, rewatching speeches, analyzing clips frame by frame, hunting for holes in her story. This sparked a huge question from her audience. Why is Erika working so hard to separate herself from certain parts of her past? Because honestly, this isn't just about one awkward moment in a speech. It's way deeper than that, suggesting there's more to her story that she's not laying out yet, something that makes people wonder what's really going on beneath the surface. Lots of people have picked up on something whenever old Erika footage shows up online. It's like she makes a point to cut ties between her old self and who she is now. She's trying to make sure those earlier versions don't match up with the new image she's creating, like she's rewriting her own story, dumping the parts that don't fit. People caught on fast and started hunting through old interviews and timelines, looking for anything that breaks that separation she's building. The conversation got so loud that high-profile names like Candace Owens jumped in. Candace ran a whole series breaking down Erika's history, pulling those old moments back into focus and turning up the heat on the whole conversation. There was this growing cloud hanging over Erika's whole timeline, and people started noticing that things weren't adding up. The story she was selling had cracks in it, serious cracks. After Charlie's situation, things got even messier. Erika didn't waste any time stepping into his position as CEO. She grabbed his business, his political roles, everything that was his. This wasn't just about keeping his legacy alive, it felt like something else entirely. The speed and ease with which she moved into power made people raise serious questions about what her real game was. That's when things exploded. The old version of her that had just resurfaced started clashing hard with this new squeaky clean image she was trying to push. The contrast was impossible to ignore. Everyone suddenly started watching her like a hawk, tracking everything she said and did because now it all mattered way more than before. This whole story is twisted, and that's what makes it so gripping. It's not just about one person or one loss, it's about how messy human stories actually get. How the line between carrying on a legacy and chasing power gets super blurry. The truth is way more complicated than anyone wants to admit. If this story got you hooked like it should have, smash that like button right now. Subscribe so you don't miss the next explosive breakdown we're dropping. Share this video and let everyone in your circle know what's really going on. Drop a comment down below and tell us what you think your take matters and helps us dig even deeper. Stay locked in and I'll catch you on the next one.